Okay, so it is time to talk about Boyfriend on Demand. We had enough time. Okay, 3 days is fine, at least for me. So I was able to watch all of the episodes. Like they're all released on Netflix right now. It's 10 episodes. So I guess if you want to, if you're a binger, you can do that. Um, it is a story about if you don't know Boyfriend on Demand, it's a story about a young lady who is, I think she's like a um a webtoon producer. So she basically she has like so much too much time on her hands, and she too much time to actually date. So she actually has to end up reviewing a device that allows you to have a boyfriend on demand. So whatever your need is, or whatever the date you want, you can go into this. It's a simulation where you can actually like get your boyfriend on demand. So like a real life simulation situation. Um, on top of that, like there is like a lead producer, I think we call him, played by Seonggook, who is uh, very much like almost like awkward in a sense, who and is really good at his work, and but the two of them can kind of clash because they bump heads. I guess they don't really know how to like be around each other. That's the whole purpose of the story. That's what I thought the story was to be. So now getting in. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I'm going to give you spoilers, so kind of tread lightly, with this video. So, but if you haven't seen it, you can go ahead and scroll away and then come back and we'll talk about it. But may or may not be some spoilers here. So, but with this drama, getting into like the actual drama itself. So, like I said, like that was typically that's the storyline that I just mentioned is what I was expecting. Getting into it, I feel like the first few episodes, it felt like I wasn't about to get what I what I thought the drama was going to be about, because you didn't really see it didn't jump right into like the whole boyfriend and on demand like situations. It kind of just gave like a lot of backstory. Um, and then her, I guess, trying to date. It kind of went on like a few, like what, 3 episodes. Um, and so like I don't know. I was basically starting to feel like it wasn't really. It was just like your standard rom com. So it kind of made it hard for me to actually binge it, because I went into it expecting to actually binge it because all the episodes were out. That got distracted a lot. Like I was like pausing, like getting up and doing something for hours. Like I didn't really dedicate too much time on it. But I mean, by that fourth episode, I feel like it it got better. That's when we started seeing like the boyfriends on demand, her different scenarios of the boyfriends, and so it made it exciting. Um, you got to give it up for our boyfriends on demand. They had like they sprinkled like a lot of these stars up in there. So the boyfriend on demand made it exciting, and the situations like the whole like airline scene kind of made it a little bit funny. But side note, I would not ever want to be in a simulation where I'm getting hijacked on a plane, and that's supposed to be my way of fighting love. I would delete that. I would take off that device and smash it. Don't ever put me in a situation like that. Like, but anyway, so those are the type of scenarios that I went through, and it kind of made it funny. Koku Pill, who we see in this drama, I think we have to give it up to him, because he's one of those like supporting actors that gives so much of a comic relief that like when you see him, it's just like, okay, this is going to give us a little bit of something. If nothing else, like he's going to bring us something. Um, Lee So Yuk, who I knew was going to be in this drama as one of the boyfriends. I would have loved to see a little bit more of him. Like he, like I wanted to see a little bit more romance from him. So I thought he was going to get more time as one of the boyfriends than he did, and that was a little bit of a bummer. But I mean, it was okay. Like so, maybe we're gonna see him again. I'm sure. You know, and now, like, so when we got past like all the like the fun like boyfriends on demand part, and when we start to like realize that like, our mainly Jisoo, her character, and then Seong's character, when they start to like kind of like really kind of give their awkwardness, like sense the awkwardness or the tension between like like the romantic tension between the two. This is where I start to feel like, okay, first off, her character for a while for me like felt like she was not interested. If I'm going to be honest, like because like she really kind of just like gave off like, yeah, he just that awkward coworker that she just wanted to like kind of, I guess, beat um in their work and their like, their levels or whatever you have it. He really gave off like he really gave off like awkward, but you can kind of tell that he actually liked her and just didn't know like how to approach. And when he finally like said it to her and she was like avoidant, that kind of like made me real bad because I'm just like, I wouldn't like for him, I would walk away because and then like when she started like kind of showing a little bit more like interest into him, um, I feel like she gave off mixed emotions or mixed yeah, because it's like she went through that whole thing where it's like, okay, now they kind of express themselves together and like they're showing their interest, but then she does this thing where it's just like such a pet peeve of mine, and I have to mention this because I hate this in like in romance or rom-coms, anything with romance. Why do we do this where it's like, why do they give us like when they're finally together, then one of them decides they have to leave the situation because they don't, it'll be something dumb like, well, I don't want to hurt you, or maybe I'm just thinking too much. But it's like you wanted him, like that. That'd be my. That's what she did, and it really had me saying to the screen, like, okay, girl, don't piss me off. That's what I really. That's what I was saying to her. Don't piss me off in this. I'm glad that they did not extend that little scenario like for long because I'm like, he should have just walked away. That's what I was really thinking. Like, we're probably not going to see this through, like the two of them, because it's like she was really showing like that she wasn't interested. Um, but what saved it is the fact that like they didn't drag that little piece along, and the chemistry and the affection, the amount of affection that they had, that surprised me actually. I like these I think the rom coms, these like K drama rom coms, romance, they need more affection, and I'm glad that this gave it to us. And like so much so that like this could even like go on to after the drama, like where they start to wonder if like the leads are actually really dating in real life because it was so much affection and it felt natural. So good thing for that because that saved it because after a while I was about to say like, okay, here we go with this. And you know the rating for me just kind of started like the after the whole boyfriend stuff, but it saved it for me. Now, some random moments that I was just wondering with this genre is the fact that, like, okay, so the boyfriends on demand, they can actually like, so I guess this is a spoiler right here, but they could actually like text you, so when you're out of the simulation, they can actually like text you, like, like they can converse with you really. And it reminded me of like, have you guys ever tried to like learn another language on Duolingo? And how Duolingo tries to like get you to come back, and they'll say stuff like, "Hey, what happened?" Some just like little random something like, you hurt my feelings today." Like, that's what that's what the text messages from the boyfriends on demand reminded me of, like Duolingo. It was funny. It was funny to me. But and also too, like the hair dryer contraption for her friend. What is that? Like, is that something like really in a salon? I mean, my hair ain't like that, so I don't know if this is like it does some type of like random style, but like, is this a real thing? Another That was another thing. And yeah, like there was some like cute moments there too. That's what I mean, like, when it came to like the affection that they had, like even just a little like subtle, like the hand on the cheek, like they showed some really good affection there. I like Seon Gook. I feel like I've always seen him in like dramas that had him like more on a serious note. I haven't really seen him like, except for Kevin Minandang. I feel like he was a little bit like playful in that, but like nevertheless, it wasn't like heavy on like romance. But like I feel like seeing him soft like that and with his hair like kind of down. I don't like his hair. That's one thing I was doing good. I never really liked his hair like when it's like back because for some reason his hair it looks spiky to me. I mean, that's just me. Like me, that's just me being superficial. And with Jisoo, like I haven't seen her. I haven't seen much of her dramas before. And I feel like I've seen like mixed like reviews or feelings about her acting. I think this was solid for her. Like I wouldn't like. I think she looks more like comfortable as like an actress than um a K-pop idol, in my opinion. I mean, I don't listen to K-pop like that, so, but I'm not so much of a listener of Pinks or whatever. But yeah, like she looks more natural to me, and as an actress, and I think she did a pretty good job here. Like I don't the acting, there was no issue with like acting in this drama. So overall, I enjoyed the drama after like the first few episodes, because like I said, it was going to like, it was starting to feel like it wasn't what I thought it was. I don't know what I would rate this. This is kind of like one that's like right in the middle for me. It like I said, what saved it was the affection, and the the sprinkles of like the random boyfriends, like these other the other like um well-known actors, I guess. The scenarios, I would say, with the boyfriends on demand, that's what kind of like I think saved it to me. But you know what's crazy is that like looking watching this drama and actually thinking, if there was actually a device like this would be like a hell of a drug, you know because even our lead, like, she was really like contemplating, like, should she not date Seon Gook's character, because she was deciding, like, of this AI simulation guy. Like, I that is like really crazy. And like they were like really like, I mean, if when you're in a scenario like that, a simulation like that feels like as real as that, like that would be a hell of a drug. If there was a device like that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, child. But anyway, that drama, it was good. It was recommendable. That's what I rate. I rate it recommendable. Okay, this is not one that blew me away, but this is giving like good rom com. If you like a business proposal, I think this one is for you. Because it kind of it gives like off that essence. If you're one like that, then you'll like this too. I think, yeah, so pretty solid. That's my rating. My rating is like recommendable. So let me know if you guys have watched, and I want to hear your thoughts about it. If you haven't, go watch it, come back, let's talk, and follow for more.